Hello everyone. Today I'll be presenting the case introducing Scrum at P2P. So the case focused on P2P, point to point, a large freight moving company whose IT department has a long-standing problems. Although their software projects usually meet the technical requirements, they almost late, and in fact the delays were so common that the employees start to joke about it. So in order to solve the problems, P2B decided to move away from the traditional waterfall approach and adopt agile project management, especially Scrum. The case is viewed through the experience of Kendra Hua, a software engineer assigned to the project, which aimed to develop a system to monitor P2P carbon footprint. Um, Other keys like Prem Gupta, the Scrum Master, and Isaac Smith, the product owner. So before starting the project, the entire team attended a 2-day Scrum workshops. They learned about Scrum roles, event, and principle like organizing team, sprints, daily meetings, sprint reviews, and retrospective. So at first, Kendra was skeptical about the Scrum concept and terminology, but she became more optimistic after seeing how much Scrum promised greater team autonomy and faster delivery. So the Bigfoot project was taken 5 sprints, which each sprint lasts 4 weeks. So starting with sprint one works really well. It was a clear success. The product owner came prepared with a clear backlog. The team collabed to prioritize features. A team member organized and decided who works on what. Daily scrums were short, effective, and the team delivered almost all committed features, 80%, and plus additional ones. The sprint reviews and retrospective were constructed. The team only discussed improvements like better documentation and fairer tests. So in sprint one, it shows what exactly Scrum working, but in sprint two, it starts to break down. First, the team faced difficult integration issues. Prem stepped in and began directing the work, assigning tasks, making decisions for the team in a normal, traditional behavior way. Although the solution works, it undermined the principle of self-organizing team. Second, it's Isaac, the product owner, who violate the Scrum role by changing priorities. He add new, higher prioritized features in the middle of the sprint. So instead of protecting the sprint backlog, Prem allowed the change and even extended by 2 weeks. As a result, the team became really confused, demotivated. Sprint reviews were negative, only half of the sprint is done, and team morale dropped significantly. So, question one, how well is Scrum working? Scrum works really well in the first sprint, but poorly overall. Uh, the management pressure increased, Scrum principle were ignored, and the team came back to traditional behavior. Second question, what issue are confronting the Bigfoot's project? The main issue is loss of team self-organization, Scrum Master just acting like a traditional manager, mid-sprint change, and unclear shift requirements, poor communication. Question three, if I were Kendra, I would say that the team performed best, but it was allowed by self-organized. Scrum roles and roles aren't being followed. Mid-sprint change and task assignment hurt the productive and morale. So I would focus on process improvement. Don't blame the other people. For what improvement are needs? Definitely reinforce the Scrum roles, protect sprint commitments, improve backlog, encourage team for tech problem solving, use retrospective to create real action items. So the part B question, how would I assess P2P efforts to introduce Scrum? It was well intentioned but not successfully. Even though training have been gone through, leadership not fully committed. Second question, part B, is the challenge our organized faces might faces is resistant to loss of control, misunderstand of the roles, and revert to the old habits. Third question is what could have P2P done? They could have provided ongoing agile coaching, train manager, protect teams, and focus on the long-term value, not short-term control. So in conclusion, the case showed that Scrum does not guarantee success. Its effectiveness depends on how well the organized commit to agile principle, not just the process of developing it. Even though Bigfoot project was eventually done, but it took 12 weeks longer than planning. Provide that partial adoption of Scrum lead to limited benefits. That's all I gotta say in my analysis of the case. Thank you for listening.